Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nerds of the Roundtable. Wow, we're actually being somewhat consistent,
I know.
more than usual.
Seriously, it's been how long?
2 weeks.
Has it been 2 weeks already? I feel like it's been a shorter amount of time than that.
I know.
It's just the typical span, I guess, is just so damn long.
I know. No, it was 2 weeks because I went to Canada last weekend, and we recorded the weekend before that.
Huh.
And we would have done it last weekend if I hadn't gone to Canada. But, you know,
yeah. That was that.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. Snowed the entire time.
Do you get on some of that syrup? Have some flapjacks with that maple?
I had a maple mocha, not mocha, maple latte.
I really wanted you to say bacon, something
really
with
good.
bacon,
No.
something maple bacon.
I had maple bacon wings.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That sounds really good.
Oh, it was really.
What do you mean you don't know about that?
That I've never even heard of it. Can't even
Maple
fathom that.
in
It's
Canada
crazy.
plus bacon plus wings?
I know.
Are you kidding me?
And it had
What do you mean? I don't know about that. What?
like brown sugar and stuff like it.
What are you talking about? What is wrong with you, sir? I do not agree with your line of thought. Please.
It's like the only thing
Come on,
missing from
son.
that is bourbon.
Oh, seriously.
Oh, that'd
There
be
you
so
go.
good.
Oof.
Bourbon, bacon,
Maple
wings. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I see this being an adventure.
Mm.
That's for damn
That's
sure.
a good journey. That's
Oh,
a
yeah.
reason to go right there.
I like it.
It's also a different podcast.
That's true.
Just
Join us next time on Foods of the Roundtable.
Nah.
We just do roundtable themes of everything.
Yeah, round table pizza. That is already a thing.
Ah, damn it. We
Yeah.
lost it. So we can't do pizza. That's anyways, so yeah, went up there.
Yeah, in 2 weeks.
It's
It's
good.
been a little bit.
Yeah.
A little stretch. Bringing it back.
Luckily, it was all pre-release stuff when we did our last podcast,
Yep.
and now we are doing post-release.
Plus, the last podcast was a two-parter, double post.
It was
Pretty in depth.
It was. We had
I know.
an amazing amount of people listen in last week,
Do you really?
especially with the Ryzen one.
Yep.
Yep.
It was a long debate.
The Ryzen, that was the big, as we call it, the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
We got girthy into that one.
That we did. And I want to apologize for the video loss last week.
That's true. Was that just, did we run out of space or did the camera just
Ran out of space.
ran out of space? That's what happens.
Well, we spent too long dicking around. And I was also recording into 4K accidentally.
Of course.
Because I do all the reviews in 4K, but the podcast, since it goes so long, I do them in 1080.
That's true.
And so I ate up a 128 gig SD card
Wow.
in like 2 hours.
That's how we do.
That's how we roll, man.
4K.
Yeah, it looks good. 100
Yeah.
megabit. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a good looking camera. Let's see here. So we have reviews coming out.
Mhm.
Sean's in the middle of editing one now.
So close.
Oh, I know.
So close.
And it's the first one. So
it's
it's going to
tough.
take some extra work.
I'm just crazy intimidated by After Effects now.
Understandably.
Because you can do so much.
Oh, so much.
So much. And it's so crazy, so in depth, so many layers, so many effects, so much control. Like the possibilities are insane. It's such a powerful tool. And I'm just like, well, I cut my video. I used the little razor snip tool and I moved shit around. And now I'm like, what? I'm like, oh yeah, now I'm doing like disintegrating text with a wind and like particles and shit, or like neon lighting and signs and text animations and like drawing things in real. It's you're gonna end up seeing this review and it'll be like one piece of text will just like fade in and fade out because I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna be like, oh, all this crazy shit, and then it's just gonna be like coming in from the side all super slow, just like.
Just like pokes it and then like jerks back.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll see. I'll just end up doing super basic tests because it's so crazy, but they'll get
Well,
better
yeah.
over time.
And that's the thing is
Used to
like
it.
I've looked at the stuff for what Apple has on their Motion. it does the same stuff, but I'm just like, I know I can get crazy with this. I'm fine with the built-in stuff into Final Cut
Yeah,
and just drag and drop, change the text as I need to. That's good for the
it does
podcast.
good. Yeah,
It's good to get us started until we can work down that road. Because that's one of those, we can always get better with time. As long as I think the video and audio quality is there, the production quality will follow in time,
yeah.
which I think's gotten better. As we figure out camera angles and lighting and stuff like that, it gets better.
I'm just gonna mess with you guys.
I know.
Just
It's the only
over
thing we actually need someone with, because Sean and I, whenever we get into these topics, we get way too serious.
Well, it's we hit a sync where we understand each other and both the perspectives. Where it's just like,
We're on the same.
okay, now we're up here, and let's just talk up here, and it's just like casual, like you don't think twice about it.
I
It's just like, oh, all right, talking about this, that. I completely understand, but what about this? Oh, do you think about that? Oh, what about, like it gets to that level. That's what it sounds like to other people.
And then,
As we
like,
sit
right.
there.
And like half an hour in, people are like, "The fuck."
Oh, I mean,
I get it.
That's
I
how
get
I
it.
feel.
But that's where we had Jake as our balance to bring us down.
hey, we still have Jake.
I
Okay,
know.
what do you mean we did?
Well,
The prodigals.
He,
Prodigy.
he's on
Prodigal.
hiatus right now.
he is.
He will come back soon.
Yes.
So luckily, Loren
He'll
was
be
able to
around.
join us this week.
Yep. Give us some perspective
Yeah.
on some things you see.
So today we're going to be talking 1080 Ti. We're going to be
That's
talking
announced.
Ryzen post-announce and having that debate. A couple other little topics.
Talk about how we were right about so many things
No,
because we're fucking smart like that. Yeah.
I don't want to drop this because it's not mine.
thank you. It's very expensive.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and we're also going to talk about Loren a little bit. And give you his
Right.
background.
I don't see why not.
I know. And please excuse his pants.
They can't see anything. They're good.
It's in 4K. They can see everything.
I'm just all like, what pants?
Sean's not even wearing pants.
And that's like me at home on my Twitch stream. You think I'm wearing pants on that stream? Come on.
You have to log in to find
Now,
out.
now I'm curious. Now I need to watch your.
What's your Twitch stream name? Or you even want to go there?
It's not ready yet.
All right.
We'll see. But when it does happen, pants not required, obviously. How I
So we're going to scoot right past that. So got some good stuff going on this week. So join us as we dig deep into Nerds of the Round Table.
theme music.
All right.
We're back. If I can plug it too, I'm drinking some Delirium. Pretty good. Not gonna lie, I'm enjoying it. Also, I have here to follow it up a Anderson Valley Blood Orange.
Huh.
Orange Ale.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, you'll have to let us know how that one goes. What have you been drinking over there, little?
Good question. You know what? I have this Oaklore Brown Ale by Evans Brewing Co.
Where are
How
they
is-
out of?
Irvine, I
Huh.
believe. Irvine, California.
Yeah,
Nice.
It
Good
tastes
old-
delicious.
good old local brews. Actually, when you picked that up, I'm like, oh, brown sounds so good.
Oh, yeah.
But then I wanted to mix it up, have some variety.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
want to
hear you.
swoop in on your choice.
Yeah.
It was a good choice.
I agree.
I like it.
I like it. And I am drinking the Stone
Typical.
6th Anniversary Porter, part of the Encore series.
Mm.
It was bottled a year ago, pre-aged for my enjoyment. It doesn't seem like a porter. It seems more like a just dark IPA.
Ew.
Like it's hoppy?
Yeah,
What? Since a stout?
yeah. No, it's a
Huh.
porter.
A porter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not as like smooth and sweet as it.
Eric, just stick it in real quick.
Yeah, stick it in there. It'll reach. It'll reach. It's big enough. Eric, it's big enough.
Yeah, keep telling him that.
Yeah. Yeah, we like that. Keep going.
Our producer is trying to like listen in on our podcast, but
There we go. You have the monitor for quality control, obviously.
well, control, not really quality. 'Cause she's got all the quality.
That's why she has to monitor our quality.
That's true. Keep us in line.
Yeah. She knows. She
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah, she doesn't trust us to go to the grocery store anymore. She knows what men come back with.
I know. Pizza,
Beer.
The essentials, obviously.
Chips and queso.
Oh, queso.
You're
know that.
welcome.
You know that's right.
Of course, what did she go
All
get?
about that queso.
Bulba and donuts. So, I think we're even. Let's see here. So, Loren,
Yes.
we have known you a couple years now, I guess.
A little bit of time.
Through mutual friends. You've done gaming for quite some time, I guess now, right?
Mhm.
How long have you been like at least like PC gaming?
Oh, PC gaming about 3 to 4 years now. Yeah. I joined you guys in this. Oh, sorry. I joined you guys in the PC gaming realm about 3 to 4 years ago.
Yeah. Well, besides gaming, what's your general like technology impressions? Like, what tech do you like get excited about? Like, what do you follow? Like phones or computers, consoles? Like
What are you into
sporting
now?
things? Yeah. Like, what's your technology thing? Like your niche?
Oh, shit.
What do you enjoy? Like if you read?
We
like,
can cuss, right? We're good with cussing?
Limited supply, yeah.
fuck limited supplies.
You know what? In terms of technology that really excite me
Mhm.
in a non-sexual way,
Let's hear about what excites you technology wise in a sexual way. Now that you mentioned that,
you know what?
let's change that up. As you mentioned, because you have to be excluding something now.
Oh, right.
It's like,
right.
oh,
Yeah, okay.
well,
fair
now that I'm bringing it up, let's talk about the non-sexual things. Oh,
Well-
wait. Now that you have to distinguish.
Have you
Sure.
seen those vibrators that you can control with
Oh, I
your
have.
smartphone?
What?
Like how you're like, huh? What?
I need to look something up right now.
Then again, I did spend a considerable amount of time in front of a LG E6 65-inch OLED today. Yeah.
How do we go
Definitely-
from remote
definitely
control
turned me on.
vibrators to okay. I was wondering for that
Yeah.
segue.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I had emotional
Okay.
feelings
I understand.
happening.
I understand.
Probably some rumbling down low.
Oh, you getting the fizzy? No? You don't get the fizzy at the base of your penis?
Oh,
my god.
No? All right. Just me.
yeah. Yeah, just you, Eric. That's definitely just you.
You know, this played out better than I thought.
It sounds like you stuck it into like a cup of Alka-Seltzer. I don't know why. That's what I like to imagine. You said
But still,
fizzy.
considerable amount of time in front of that
Uh,
E6. And that was like, oh man,
Mhm.
that was a good time.
Mm.
Oh yeah, I was into it. I enjoyed that
Yeah.
thoroughly.
Mhm.
So, all right, let's just say technology general, not sexually.
Yeah. In general, you know what? More recently, once they started coming out with 4K monitors or resolution, that has been extremely intriguing just because of how amazing it looks.
Yeah.
Just new tech.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
And as the styles change, it's very interesting
mhm.
to see how the gamer, what gamers find attractive.
Right.
Mm.
Like the picture I sent you guys, the RGB everything.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. And it's funny that several of these YouTubers and people that are doing podcasts, they keep joking about it. And it's like, that's a real thing that's
Yeah.
happening right now.
Yeah.
It is.
RGB everything.
So I'm very close to buying the Corsair MM800, I believe, which
Oh, the
is
mouse pad?
the mouse pad with the RGB lighting, because it works with Corsair Link. Because I have my K95 RGB set to the ripple lighting, so you press a key and then the lighting ripples out of that as a ring across the keyboard, and then with the mouse pad, the ripple continues through the mouse pad. So I'll hit a key, it'll ripple through my keyboard, and then continue to ripple through the mouse pad. That is incredible to me. Incredible.
Watching you on video is a whole different experience.
Okay.
I don't think you can even see it on like the stream right.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But
Because you got to get lights of some sort.
It is amazing though.
Can I ask you, how much is that?
What?
The mouse pad?
The mouse pad.
MSRP 60. It's on sale at Best Buy for 50. I saw it today.
That's not that bad.
I mean, it's a
Yeah.
USB connect.
It's a mouse pad. It's actually fucking terrible for a mouse pad. $50 for a
Actually,
mouse pad?
If you look at nice mice,
They're like 35.
Right.
Not 60. It's like almost double.
but you got to plug it in, so it
Yeah.
costs more.
They're not RGB.
That's true.
And there's nerd tax.
It also has like dedicated like lighting zones. It is true. The markup,
Yeah.
I'm sure, is fucking
Oh,
insane.
it's
It has like 15 LED lighting zones though that are all independently controllable.
I'm sorry. The fact that a mouse pad has 15 independent lighting zones and why some engineer found that necessary.
Well, it's just 'cause it's
Boggles my-
configurable in the software.
I don't care. It just seems stupid. I'm ranting. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
Okay, but for RGB everything, I want that
Stupid
in my
Corsair.
life. I need
Mhm.
that. It is awesome. Plus, they have like the RGB case.
Yep.
They have the RGB kit, the fan kit.
I know.
I don't want the RGB case. I'm getting the 900D. Obsidian 900D. That's my
Alright.
next case.
That's big.
Obviously.
I think that D is big.
That D is definitely
Fucking huge, bro.
probably one of the biggest.
Yeah, it is. My Cooler Master is larger though. Like
Mm.
the one I have now is much.
So you're
is
getting more
bigger.
reasonable.
Yeah, I
Is
mean, just kind of bringing it down a little bit. It's still gigantic, but not.
Is it more
Azure.
girth?
No, the one I have now is more girthy.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
I don't know why the tone of this podcast is.
So negative.
I don't know how it got to this point.
Because
where
we're talking
there's
about
this-
RGB.
There's a sexual overtone on everything now. Gotta settle down, gentlemen.
I know.
This is not appropriate.
Mhm. Yes.
So,
you know what?
That's your tech.
That
you're
is
you're liking the 4K tech.
Oh,
That's
okay.
impressing. That's what you're getting excited about.
hmm
Understandable.
And you know what? Another thing is watches. I really enjoy watches.
Ooh.
What good
Yes.
man doesn't?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now that they're taking more of a turn from mechanical to being more integrated with like Apple, Fitbit, I'm loving these touchscreen watches.
Wow.
And I know you were telling me earlier that you were looking at one.
Yeah, I spent some time with
Yep.
the Mission Nixon. I've wanted that watch for a long time now.
Yeah.
Well, since it was announced. Well, since it was, announced and available for pre-order, I'm like,
Mhm.
wow, this looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I saw one in person for the first time at Best Buy today. They had a display unit. Actually touch, feel,
Oh, that's cool.
get a hold for it, like see it in proportions. Oh my god, it is.
Made
is-
you feel inadequate.
It made me feel things. It made me feel things, definitely.
Damn, that
It-
fizzy just didn't go
the-
away.
Mhm.
The build quality of this thing is just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Like the materials they use, like how things are, assembled, how rigid it is. Just the size is large, but it's not like crazy. And I'm like 6'4". I'm a huge person. So it'll fit fucking great for me on my
Yeah.
wrist. Maybe for someone, smaller, or for women, it might be too large. But for the screen size, the resolution you get off of it, just the build quality, the feel of it, like it feels like such a premium product for how freaking bulletproof it is.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Plus, they have a crazy amount of bands, color combinations. You can get it like a lot of customization you can do on their website for it, for like silk screen on the back. You can put like text on the back. You can do combinations for a bezel plus like the main frame. And it's also waterproof down to 100 meters. So 330 feet, and like shock resistant. And, you can just abuse this thing. And it's just,
So if you
I
want to
want
know
it so
more,
bad.
check it out on their website or go see it in your local Best Buy.
yes. and buy it because I want to support it. I want one. You buy it, I'll be jealous. Go buy it.
Yeah.
Tell me how it is. Please email us
Mhm.
and be like, Sean, this thing sucks. I'm like, oh, my dreams. No.
Yep.
So, Loren,
We're gonna have Fizzy Dick over
I'm
here.
sorry.
Super
I'm
idiot.
sorry. I was at Best Buy for like an hour and a half today, just like drooling over shit. I'm sorry.
champagne dreams,
I
your
know.
budget.
I know.
So why we need you to support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdspodcast.
Get that.
Look at that. Like a pro.
Nice segue.
I like
nice
it.
plug
That's a
there.
pretty good segue.
I like that.
Speaking of paying for stuff. No, I don't know. You're a dictator?
What director? I think we're good.
I'm trying to.
I already answered your question.
Aren't you also like getting into like the audio file type stuff a little bit?
Well,
Headphones?
It piques your interest.
You
Yeah.
know what? Yes, I'm trying to. But
It's a lot.
after watching some of your videos, looking at so many reviews, I'm like, I can't even tell. Do I do open back? Do I do close back? What range do I go in terms of price?
Yeah.
And I'm saying like, I don't know any of this.
Yeah, it's like, is it worth jumping from
Right.
like a $130 headphone to a $200 headphone to a $300 headphone?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Like, where do those
exactly.
lines draw? Like, really, what's
Mhm.
worth it?
And that's the hard part. And that's where we're definitely going to dive into that with you at a later date and go explore a little bit. Because we're also going to do the headphone review, compare, let you listen to my AKGs, Jacob's AKGs, Sean's Sennheisers, the two hi-fi mans that we have, and also compare them to the Sennheiser gaming headset that I have.
Game one,
Yeah, and also compare them in contrast to your wireless Logitechs that you have,
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
just to get it like a baseline.
But see, what's going to be awesome is by the end of that, you're going to be so educated in headphones, just with sound signatures, because
Yeah.
you're going to notice the differences and you'll know what those differences are. You
Mhm.
just won't know the proper descriptors for
Yeah.
those.
Right.
So
Right.
that's what's going to happen is you'll hear like, oh, these are more open, like soundstage, or these ones are, brighter, or these ones have the muddiness wherever it may be. You'll hear those and you'll then be able to associate terms with those sounds.
Yeah. So we'll go through that definitely. And then we have Can Jam coming up in
April?
May.
Was it April or May?
I think it's April.
It's on my
Might be
calendar.
April.
I know it's online somewhere.
Yeah.
So we've got that coming up. We're definitely going to go before you make any decisions. We're going to go look at that.
You got that LA audio show too.
Yeah.
I think it's July. And then the show got pushed to November this year, I think. For the show Newport.
Yeah. April 8th and 9th is Can Jam. And then LA Audio Show is in June 2nd through 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Infocom 14th through 16th.
But that's in Florida this year, right?
Yeah.
So are you actually going to go to that?
I don't know yet. It depends on what the company does.
Yeah, because I don't think they send us to Florida. Like, we go to the Vegas ones, but I think we skip the Florida ones.
Usually Anderson does, but we'll see what AVI does.
Oh, that's true.
And then we have the show in September, the end of September.
End of September, like the 20th.
Yeah, 22nd, 23rd,
22nd?
24th.
Hmm.
And I saw where the press day is by invite only. It's
Interesting.
like, oh, killing me, man. Killing me.
I'm really curious to hear the ELAC Adantes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
new ELAC
Oh, it's gonna
line.
be so good.
Because I think the pair of towers are like $5 or $8 for the pair. Like, versus the current towers, I think are the debut towers are $750 a pair, and the Unify towers I think are $750 each.
Mhm.
So like $1,500 a pair versus like $5 a pair.
Yeah.
Just to see what they do with that.
Yeah, it'd be
budget.
cool to like compare contrast.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of it goes into like the looks, the aesthetics,
Well, I don't know.
and a lot probably goes into the drivers
Because they do a shitload with the debut series for like very affordable. They sound incredible.
Yeah.
So it'd be very interesting to see what they can do with that budget
Yeah.
of selling that.
And we'll
level of
definitely
speaker.
grill them, see where what their big differences are
Yeah.
between them. There's probably a lot of engineering that went into
Yeah,
it.
well, I've seen the diversion here. I've seen
What is that noise?
Kitty
That's
Yeah.
the cat?
in the background.
Wow.
You think he's pawing at something? Don't do that. Don't say that. That's
No, don't say that.
terrible.
Just let him back in.
He's amazing.
Just let him back in,
Don't break hearts. Break my heart.
please. All right. Well, if you guys keep hearing that in the background, I said let him back in.
You have to donate $5 first, and then we'll let him back out.
Oh God.
Just kidding.
So I'll finish and we'll move on.
Thank you.
Cabinet is it looks like it has a acoustically coupled drivers
Well,
with passive
we talked about
radiators.
this during
Yeah, with
the
the cabinet.
CES
Yeah, with
coverage,
the freaking cabinet. So listen to our CES podcast.
and you can learn more.
Yeah, do we have a video of that one?
I have an image.
We have an image.
Yeah, it
Okay.
pops up.
All right.
So take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Look,
about
listen.
it. Yeah.
Take a listen/look to our CS podcast about the Dantes because they're extremely interesting. I mean, they're still pricey. You know, I mean, we tend to spend up, but that's still like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I think the 5.1 ends up like if you do 2 bookshelves, a center, and 2 towers, I think it turns out to be about 10 grand.
Yeah.
So it's a pricey system.
Well, yeah. I mean, says the guy who's looking at seat and sound.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, we're definitely gonna have a lot of audio stuff coming out.
Mhm.
We've got a couple of reviews coming down. We've got a webcam that we're reviewing. That we just did a little bit on.
Got the headphones, the Bright Sign player.
Bright Sign's up.
Mhm.
We launched the review. Well, we haven't launched the review section of the website yet.
Mhm.
Still waiting on our editing department to get it shit together. It's okay. I haven't had time either. But we got a couple other reviews. I'm going to be doing the Zoom H6 multi-track recorder.
Yep.
I'm going to be editing that sometime and
You
posting
also
that up.
have the LG ultra wide that you have. That's the UC98.
Yeah, I haven't
Is it?
gotten to that one
We'll
yet.
get around to that one. That one. Oh my god!
If you're
it's
interested,
gorgeous.
leave a
Oh
comment.
my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, if you guys want to see that review, I've written. No, I haven't even written it yet.
This monitor, I literally can't stay in the same room as this monitor
It's
for more than like
really
15
nice.
minutes. I just walk away. I'm like, I cannot drop $1,000 right now. I am sorry. And then I just like get angry at it. I'm like, oh, and then I exit
But that's the thing. It's like
stage right.
it is right on that cusp of like what you can justify.
It's pricey, but like to me, I know how crazy worth it is.
Oh.
I'm very lucky. I have no desk space for it. Zero. My desk is like this big.
Yeah.
This is how big my desk is. I have a 27-inch BenQ, and that's it.
Give us one short break.
Oh.
Why, hello there again. There's a burglar in her house.
Editing. The magic of it.
Sorry, someone creepy knocking on the door
Mm-hmm.
very awkwardly.
Yeah, some like 70-year-old veteran. Bothered that we're talking this late at night. What is it? Well, okay, it's 11:40 at night, so I could understand why people would be upset.
I know.
Fuck those people.
And
Right.
Sean does get worked up.
I do.
He does.
I get
So-
excited. So I'm very reserved in my personal time.
Well.
That's why.
I hear that.
Yeah, sure.
So, we've got a couple things coming up on the website that should be good. I know we're going to work harder to get this stuff
Yeah.
kind of rolling.
Exciting.
And as soon as we can kind of get some of this stuff and kind of work out the kinks, We're going to start working really hard to push some of these manufacturers so we can get more gear. If there's stuff that you guys want to see, keep in mind we have to pay for things. And
Yeah.
so if we can't get a demo from the manufacturer, we can't do it right now.
Yeah.
Unless you guys help us get this stuff.
But we are addictive nerds, so you do have some stuff in the pipe. We got
Yep.
some stuff coming up. We know we're going to end up picking up.
Yep.
I know that Vega 10, I am going to jump on instantly. Look forward to that.
We'll do some
And-
side-by-side benchmarks of that.
Oh, yeah. And we tend to buy geeky shit. So we'll have a constant inflow of things, but we could get more.
It'll just
if we
be
get some
random.
views. Yeah, if we get some views, get some subscribers,
Mhm.
get some following, we can get more
Yeah.
cool shit.
And the more following we get means the more pull we can get with these manufacturers to get gear that
Yep.
you guys want to see in a timely fashion.
So speaking of cool shit,
1080 Ti.
1080 Ti, that shit got announced, and it is better performance than I expected.
To be honest, if I can be frank for a second,
Please, Eric,
Okay, yeah.
be frank.
Be an actual Frank.
I don't know where they came, like what their intentions were for this card. And anybody that's seen any of the reviews so far and the benchmarks can understand why. You have the GTX 1080
Yep,
that was 600, right?
which they now
Original?
dropped to 500.
So they dropped that by $100.
Yep,
The 1080 Ti is 700,
700.
but performs on par with a Titan X that is 13.
1300. Pretty sure, yeah. Because
What are they doing? Like,
well, this
why?
is the thing: is the 1080 GPU is the G100.
Yeah.
The Pascal Titan X is the G102. The 1080 Ti is the G102. It's not a 1080. It's not a 1080 GTX souped up. It's a Pascal Titan X with
Some things modified.
88 ROPs versus 99, I think, on the Titan X. So it's basically a Titan X with a little higher memory clock.
Yeah.
I believe, and less ROPs. But it comes out after the memory boost, and I think a little higher shader clock on those cores. It ends up having a little higher teraflop performance and about the same frame performance, maybe a couple frames better here, a couple frames worse.
Well, that's the
here.
thing. Is like by the time you're talking about a couple frames, it's a wash. To be
Yeah.
honest, that's within the margin of error at that point.
So basically, well, the way I don't know if we get into the debate of his existence already, but Vega 10 is supposed to be 12.5 teraflops, at least from their professional card versions of the GPU. So like the Firestream version
Mhm.
of the Vega 10 is the Instinct M25. No, 125, which stands for 12.5 teraflops. So even the GTX Ti is 11.5. So it is their kind of shots fired first against Vega, and expecting what the Vega performance to be, because the Vega should perform better than the 1080. So they're attacking the market first, getting ahead, and showing these amazing performance gains.
Yeah.
As they already have the performance championship with the 1080 for the mainstream market. And now they're like, oh, by the way, 35% increase in performance, even on top of that. So it's their, kind of, hey, we have the strongest single GPU, because the Pro Duo is faster than 1080 generally. Let's even up that. Now we're really far ahead of way the best. So now let's see what Vega can give us.
Well, that's the thing is I haven't heard much about Vega at all.
Yeah,
in the past couple weeks.
they've only shown, like, they've done Doom 4K at about 70 frames maxed out.
Well, that's the thing is like the average consumer. Well, okay, the average.
We can't get into average consumer with
I
a
know.
1080 Ti.
I know that's why I'm
a
retracting.
$700
The
card.
enthusiast consumer that is targeting. If they haven't heard anything from AMD and they see this card and go, why would I even want to switch at this point? Why would I wait to see what AMD comes out with? I mean, I understand why, like, I would wait. One, the price will come down, at least slightly.
Yeah,
You also
or-
get third-party partner.
Also for me, like, I have a FreeSync monitor. I can't get a GTX card because I can't use FreeSync.
That's true.
But that's the ridiculous thing with these cards is statistically it's like 85-88% of gamers play on 1080p screens, which these GPUs don't apply to. RX 480 at $200 will run anything at 1080p.
Yeah.
That's all you really need. So it is kind of a king of the hill type. I'm the best. This is the best performance reputation type card versus a realistic sales volume. You need this card type thing.
Yeah.
But performance is crazy.
And for the price,
So, Loren, would you spend $700 on a video card?
No,
No.
I would not.
So,
But knowing the frames, I mean, say you could spend $700 on this card now and you wouldn't need another GPU for the next
6 months.
3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years you could get out of this thing.
6 months, no, definitely not. You know what? 3 to 4 years. So considering I bought a GTX 770, it has lasted me about 3 years now. I think I'd be okay with spending about $700 if I don't have to upgrade it for a longer period of time. So let's say it lasted me 4 years, fine. $700 across 4 years, it's not that much, but it is kind of expensive.
Well, what is, say at $700, what percentage of cost is $700 compared to what you spent on your computer?
Oh, wow. That's probably about half of what I spent.
Yeah,
on
so it's a
just
good
GPU.
chunk of
Yeah.
change. That's the thing is some people look to buy computers for $700.
Uh-huh.
The entire computer for $700, not just the GPU. Plus, you need the power supply to run it, like a decent sized power supply, and it's a very expensive piece.
Mhm.
I mean, there are people at home that may have, say, like a Best Buy computer or, wherever they buy their PC, they might not even have the power supply to be able to upgrade to this thing.
Mhm.
So it's very interesting this is that premium product type thing.
So out of the graphics cards that are available today, between the RX series, the 10 series, and the promise of Vega, would you go with a current graphics card? Would you wait for Vega, see what happens? Just keep what you have until it dies? Like, what would you do at this point? Because you're running the 770?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a really good question.
I know.
Well, where does the 770 fail you right now? Because you're at 1080p?
Yes, I'm at 1080p.
So
and
currently, do you have to downgrade graphics at all? Do you run everything max? Like, where do your frames end up being?
newer games, I definitely have
Oh,
to
yeah.
downgrade. So, like, let's say even Fallout 4, I can't run it at ultra settings. I'm at about high, which is not bad.
No.
It's great, but it's not ultra. And all that's telling me is that in the coming years, it's just going to get lower and lower.
Well, they have like say stuff like the VR settings are actually pretty reasonable for GPUs. You don't need a 1080 for VR, and those are staying constant pretty well.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in the coming probably quarter or two.
And there's also the opportunities of, say, like if you upgraded to a 1070, the 1070 has incredible performance.
Oh yeah, I think
You'd maybe-
1070 is a sweet
Oh
spot.
yeah, it's a really good card. Or RX 480 for its price is amazing. So
Mhm.
you It depends though on if it's going to be appreciable to you. Because if your
Right.
frame rate still, if you're on a 60 hertz monitor and you're getting 70 frames on most games, even 60 frames, then you might not necessarily need the upgrade unless you want to hit that ultra level
Right.
graphic quality.
Right. And I know I talked with you guys about this in a separate conversation on Hangout. We had talked about whether or not I should upgrade to maybe a 1060, a 1070, 1080.
Mm-hmm.
1080 is way too expensive,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, as someone that
Yeah, it jumps up there.
right. I'm just like, I have too many other bills right now. I don't think I can afford that.
And
1070 is good.
1080p monitor on top of that.
Right.
Which,
It would be overkill. There's
Yep.
no reason to have it. 1070 I could see as a good price point for me, as I would consider myself an average gamer, someone that plays a couple times a week.
Oh, yeah.
And these guys know I'm in a master's program, so it's my time is very limited. So for you, if you're an average gamer that plays about, I'd like to say 10 to 15 hours, if that, per week, 1070 to me would be a good range.
Yeah.
1060 would still be good as well. I think we were talking about VR ready and which one would be more appropriate. Was that a 1070 or 1060?
1070.
1070. Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's what you guys are interested in, definitely do a 1070, especially for future proofing it to some extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no problem with VR.
Yeah. Really, this 1080 Ti is for 4K monitors. That is the reason well, besides the marketing and being able to have the king of the hill, it's also the 1080 Ti, besides the GTX, the Titan X Pascal, is really the only card on the market that hits 60 frames or above on 4K right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Vega has been shown at 70 frames on Doom 4K, but AMD is really good with Vulkan typically, because Vulkan, which is the OpenGL based version of like DirectX 10, is based off of Mantle, which is developed by AMD. So they do really good on Vulkan games.
Yeah.
But right now, if you have a 60 hertz monitor, or you want to play at 4K, this is really the only card that can get you there.
Mm-hmm. And for $420 for like the EVGA for the Win edition, it's one of the best cards on the market.
For which one? The
1070? Yeah.
How much? 430?
420.
420? See, that is you can get RX 480 for 210, about 200, the 4 gig version. I think 250 for the 8 gig version, which for 1080p will get you a lot of the way for a lot of games.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is if you're looking at doing really good 1080p, barely getting there on VR, RX 480.
Yes.
If you're looking for something that's going to get you by for the next 3 to 4 years, 1070, especially
if you plan
for the
on
Win edition.
if you plan on staying at 1080p, especially if you don't plan on upgrading your monitor, then really that 3 to 4 years thing is pretty realistic.
Yeah. And especially if it gets you by until like Vega comes out. It's not a bad situation to be in. Especially, if the TI means that it's just dropped the price of everything.
Yep.
Doesn't hurt you.
Speaking of dropping the prices of everything, the Radeon Pro Duo, which is 2 Fury X's on one PCB, is down to like 800. It launched at 1500, which is reasonable for its price. Because
sorry,
Fury X is launched at 600, the same as the GTX 1080.
Yeah. So
Fury X was a $600 card. 2 of them would equate to 1200, but these were, 2 on the same PCB, which adds to the cost.
Yeah.
We're now down to 800 on this $1,500 card, and performance on a lot of games that, scale well with Crossfire, it is still, probably the best card on the market. This 1080 Ti probably trades blows with it pretty well, even though the Duo is $100 more.
Yeah.
But it'll really depend on the game. Generally, AMD is really good with Crossfire, though.
Yeah, but then you're looking at the power draw on that thing and
Oh,
stuff.
way
And that's
higher.
a whole nother.
Way higher.
Yeah, and that's where like building a computer and trying to spec something out and getting the most for your money it's difficult. It really is. You're making a sacrifice at some point because of either cost or limitations, power wise, or what inputs you have, and it's getting stuff to match and still be within your budget is difficult. And so it's very intimidating. But that's why we encourage you to reach out to us. You can get to us at nerdspodcast.tech. We have a submission form.
The
Facebook, YouTube.
So
It's so awesome.
I love it.
And if you guys have suggestions too, feel free, that type of thing. Speaking of AMD, Ryzen.
Yes, that did come out. We now have benchmarks. We've seen tests. We've seen reactions.
Yeah.
We know.
So finally saw benchmarks from a lot of different sources. It's all been, these are still it's a brand new platform.
Yeah, but what's good is they've all been very consistent. A lot of people are getting very consistent results.
Which is
They're all
good.
very similar.
But being a new platform means that there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
I've seen reports we'll talk about it in a second, but there's been reports that AMD is not performing quite up to par with Intel, and AMD's response has been
True.
every game for the past 5 to 8 years has been optimized for Intel.
So you're talking about the poor performance at 1080p specifically.
Yeah.
So like they've scaled well at 1440p and at 2160p 4K.
Yeah, amazingly well.
Specifically 1080p, they're like 10 to 15 frames less.
Yeah.
With same GPUs, that's what surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
Was that specifically.
And it all depends on the game. And most of the benchmark games or the benchmarking software scaled well between 1080p, 1440p, 4K, but it was the actual like AAA titles that had that deficit that you're talking about.
See, what's weird to me for this stuff, I mean, it's a different architecture, but a lot of the games a lot of games are not made as PC games. They're developed on PCs, but they're made for Xbox One and PS4, which are both based on bulldozer cores. Like AMD has APUs in the Xbox One, the PS4, the PS4 Pro. They're all AMD architecture CPUs and GPUs.
But they're not focused on optimizing that for the best experience, because that's what the console itself, people that use consoles, if the frame rate drops, the quality drops because of intensive scene, it's forgiven.
Well,
but on the PC space, it's like, what do you mean my FPS dropped below 320 FPS at ultra? What do you mean?
I mean, it's on consoles, they have 100% utilization basically because they're writing for hardware specifically in a closed environment, so their efficiency is crazy high. So you can't directly compare, the Ryzen is the Zen core and the consoles are on the bulldozer core.
Yeah.
So it can't directly correlate really because it's different architecture, but it's the fact that they've been optimizing for AMD hardware in general.
Yeah.
So you would potentially think they'd be at least familiar with how things are handled. I mean, it's a new architecture. There's new ways of doing things, but it should just be better ways of doing things. Like I don't know. I would expect them to have more, I guess, experience with a similar architecture, I guess, versus optimizing for Intel. Because PC game sales are nowhere close to console sales as far as actual game sales. Because the games that dominate PC are League of Legends, which is free, or like Counter-Strike Go, which is also like $12. Like they have a lot of players, but they're free games. The majority of like AAA games are made for consoles, and all the consoles run on AMD hardware. So I don't know. I would kind of expect a little more out of it. It's still weird to me that they have this performance gap at 1080.
Yeah. And there may be BIOS releases, BIOS updates that may rectify it. We'll find out in time. Have you been following any of this stuff, Lauren? Any of the Ryzen stuff?
I think as much as that, with this Ryzen talk, I've been following you guys the most. I think I looked into J2 Sense and maybe Bitwit or Linus Tech Tips briefly, but to me as an average gamer, I'm like, what the hell are these guys talking about? What the hell is Ryzen? I think I had to ask you. I was like, it sounded like some weird marketing play. Like, why would they choose Ryzen as a name? I'm like, they just put it into some random name generator.
Yeah.
At least that's what it seemed like at first. But Ryzen seems like a great obviously AMD is a great company, good product line. It's a lot more affordable for people, I would think, for the most part.
We'll dig into that.
Ish.
Yes.
Could be, maybe.
We'll see. I mean, for the most part, AMD though has been cheaper for its consumers. Correct?
Yeah, that's the thing
per
is
core count.
that's the thing with this is this Ryzen compared to the last generation of AMD is a fucking gigantic leap.
I did notice that.
Huge leap.
It's
to where they were previously to now, they made a gigantic step forward.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just, I don't think anyone with any type of sense expected them to leapfrog Intel, considering how far behind they were.
Yeah.
But being comparable is a gigantic achievement.
Right. But the prices are a lot closer to Intel's as well.
Yeah, and now they're a lot more similar.
But that's the thing is now Intel has competition, but it's also they're hitting a market, especially with this R7 series. It's hitting a different attention.
Well, R9 series.
R9, sorry. It's hitting a different part of the market that just Intel's just said, oh, well, if you want something with 8 cores, 16 threads, sorry, you're going to have to pay twice as much.
Yeah, the 8-core 16-thread Intel is 1,000.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
1,000?
Versus AMD's what?
500.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, 500, 400, and 330 are all 8
respectively.
cores, 16
Right.
threads.
And that's not like a terrible price point whatsoever.
But that's also assuming equal efficiency in both architectures. I mean, AMD had bulldozer cores at 8 cores, 16 threads for like $250 that are fucking nowhere.
No,
close.
bulldozer was not. It was 4 cores, 8 threads.
Well, they still have like 8-core processors. So they've had 8-core processors for a long time.
They call their 2 cores per module. They're 4 module processor that had 8 cores. So it's basically and they did their quote hyper threading differently than Intel's, the way they had their chip laid out. So they advertised an 8 core, but it was really a 4 core 16 or 4 core 8 thread. If you compared it to what Intel's doing.
Well, I know like Xbox One, PS4 are 8 cores.
So. Understand, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is they call it 8 core, but it's 2 cores per module, and the way that it bottlenecks when it goes in and out of the module to get to the core means that it's more of a hyper threading situation. It's interesting to look into if you're interested. Not that it matters anymore, but it's really nice that finally some stuff. What Sean and I talked about last 2 weeks ago on what
you looking at there?
You know what? I'm looking at my processor from 2 years ago, and the number of cores, it only has 4. And I feel so sad.
No, this is the thing is Intel has 2 platforms, and they've always had 2 platforms. They have a mainstream platform, which is like any standard chipset, and then they have an enthusiast platform, which is the high performance desktop platform. So like your core, what you're on what is this? This is probably you're on a Haswell. So product family is Haswell. So in the mainstream for this architecture, Haswell, this is 4 cores, 8 threads. I have a Haswell E, which is the enthusiast version of Haswell.
Right.
So the Haswell E is 8 cores, 16 threads. My version of Haswell E that I have 5930 is 6 cores, 12 threads. Just because 2 are disabled because I have a mid-tier model for mine. So there's always the mainstream Intel platform, which is the more affordable platform. So like the mainstream, like the Kaby Lake is the current mainstream champion architecture, maxes out at $350. The enthusiast platform right now actually maxes out at $1,250.
Wow.
Which is right now it's the Broadwell E 10 core 20 threads, I think.
Yeah.
Is $1,250.
So the thing that I also want to bring in this conversation, and this is all the hard stuff to kind of balance. And this is part of the PC world that's difficult, is you have Intel. So Intel has their i7s, which are 4 cores, 8 threads.
On the mainstream platform.
That are higher clock per core, but a higher TDP.
They're 95 watts for that line. So it's
for
only
the 7700K.
Yeah. It's 95 watts. So the 1800X is also 95 watts.
And that's I'm getting there. I'm just working my way up.
Yeah.
So then you have the 1700X. What are they at?
1700X is still 95,
Uh-huh.
and the 1765.
Okay. So lower power draw on 8 cores, 16 threads. Lower clocks, but you get more more cores. So it all depends on what you're doing and what you're aiming for.
Well, even clock per clock, single threaded applications.
I'm sorry. He's acting like he's starving.
Cat's diving in to the food. But
it's our mascot.
That's the thing, though. AMD purposely did all their benchmarks against Broadwell because they have better performance comparatively. Kaby Lake at the same clocks in, say, single-threaded performance is better. And then the fact that it can overclock like 800 megahertz more puts it substantially ahead in single-threaded performance.
Okay, and that's exactly the market niche that AMD's in. It's like, okay, I understand that the i7 is capable of hitting higher clocks per core, which means that on a single-threaded application, it is faster. But if you're looking for more cores and not wanting to pay $1,000 for an Intel processor, AMD is the way to go.
But
and it's a lower TDP.
If you can still buy a Broadwell E processor for $380. And most people like,
but if it's not comparable, it's not comparable.
It still is comparable. It's 6 cores, 12 threads, but it's on a superior platform, which is on X99 instead of X370.
How is it superior?
It has higher RAM clocks, it has quad channel memory, more SATA ports.
But quad channel, I'll address those one at a time. Quad channel memory has not shown to be any beneficial, especially when gaming or rendering.
But Ryzen is specifically bad at gaming, so it doesn't matter if it's for gaming or not.
That's why I said
1080p performance is worse than a 4770K or 7700K.
Yeah.
Which is a $350 processor versus a $500 processor.
Yeah.
So gaming is not a question with Ryzen because it is worse at gaming across the board.
No, not across the board.
Even at 4K, it's still lower.
No.
4K,
it was higher.
It wasn't higher at 4K.
Come on, Loren. Aren't you paying attention?
I don't know what to do.
Sorry.
It's not, especially at 1080p. It's dramatically lower.
Well, and I guess, and I'm going to set
But
this
we don't have to worry
preference.
about Ryzen for gaming. Even though for me,
No, okay.
I still kind of want a 1700X for a gaming build just to have a variety in my system.
So I'm going to set this precedence right now. Your Intel across the board
I have an
Well,
AMD GPU and I'm buying another
that
AMD
doesn't count.
GPU.
on either Team Blue on processors or your AMD. You are Intel through and through. You would defend that lineup to the death at the price points that they're at.
But
No,
but
there's no but.
for a gaming build, I could still. I mean, I'm at 1440p.
Uh-huh.
I want an ultra wide, which is also higher resolution. And Z270 versus X370 are very comparable.
Didn't he say that the AMD processor should never be used for gaming?
It's worse at
He did
1080p.
say
It's
it's
also
worse.
worse
He did
at
say that.
all the other resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I want to give him. I want to give him a bone. I want to throw him a bone.
Nope.
Pretty much. I want a little
What?
variety.
Nope.
No
I
what?
want red LEDs.
What are you noping?
Is what I want.
Fact checking.
Just him. I was trying to fact check.
Okay.
How could you tell that?
So I
So,
can see the chart.
so you can see the 7700K at 17 frames faster.
Then what? At what resolution?
1800X 1080p.
Okay. What about 1440p and 4K?
Let's see what this has.
Let's hope it has it.
Still 1080p, still slower. Here's Ash's Singularity 1080p. Same system, 95 frames per second versus 61 frames per second. 34 frames slower. Same system, well, same GPU.
Understand.
That's dramatic. I did not expect it to be that dramatic. And now it goes into productivity. It doesn't show it, only shows 1080p.
Mhm. Oh no. It's searching for something else.
Oh god. Oh god, more searches. So someone talk while I type, please. So you don't have this random bunch of silence. Hold on, let's all Google shit right now.
Everybody together now.
So a little bit more about myself while they're searching.
Oh sure.
You know what? I love PC gaming, but for those of you, I used to own an Xbox 360 long time ago. So at some point I switched
To what?
and to PC. And PC is so much more expensive. So I know some people are great at making budget builds. I was going to recommend checking out Logical Increments. That was one of the places that I checked initially that helped me come up with a preset build. Now the thing is, as someone, so my major is psychology, I looked into a lot of secondary sites too. So I used PC Part Picker
Mhm.
as well, and I triple checked that with Reddit. I think Reddit has something like Build Me a PC or some kind of subreddit like that. They will help you a lot in that respect, and they seem to be extremely useful in breaking down how much you want to spend into each section, like if you want to spend more on your GPU versus your CPU, your what kind of power supply you need and what brands are good, what the hell bronze, gold, silver, what all that stuff means. They will explain that to you. When I initially looked at it, I'm like, I have no fucking clue. I just in my head, I know gold is more expensive, so I assumed it was better. But for someone like you, brand new to PC building, check those three out. So either Reddit, Build Me a PC, or Build Me a PC Sales. These are all both separate subreddits. Logical Increments or PC Part Picker.
Oh, of course.
And PC Part Picker is really nice because as you build a system, it tells you whether if it's compatible or not.
Mhm.
So like I was putting together a system that was using a Fantex case that didn't have a 5.5 inch or 5.25
quarter.
bay, and it said this will not work, and told me what didn't work.
Oh, that's
So I'm like,
legit
oh,
shit.
well, I understand that. I'm just pricing it out, but so that it's a really good tool. Don't rely on it. Always research, and the more you understand about it, the better educated you're going to be, and the better decisions you can make. You don't need that type of tool.
Mhm.
I've used it a lot just to put it together and share with people, and show what we've done. But yeah, that's. And if you guys have questions too, we're here. We can answer them live. Well, live.
To some extent.
So
We could put this on Twitch, do this live.
we want to get there.
They have the IRL channel now on Twitch, the in real life,
Mhm.
like the non-gaming stuff. Or they have a talk show channel, I think, too.
And you can host us
I could.
once you get bigger.
Oh, no.
So basically, listen to her last podcast. And basically, what we talked about, we're
And is
still
basically
same position,
Yeah, it's basically we were right on the majority of things.
in our opinion.
Yeah.
Or as
We
far
still
opinions
believe
can
in
be
the
right.
same, mostly.
So, back to my
That one's-
declaration that I was trying to make earlier. You're Intel. I've been AMD before. I am running Intel now.
Yeah, you know better.
I am agnostic.
You learned.
No, I'm agnostic when it came to it. I think it's cool that AMD is shaking up the market in a way, at least making it so Intel actually has to fight for market share.
Yeah, that's huge.
They can't just coast and just put out these BS processors every year.
Well, November is going to roll around and Intel will come out with the. What was before Skylake? What was before Skylake? KB Lake?
No.
Or no, Skylake, then KB Lake, right?
Mhm.
So Skylake E and KB Lake S should both be coming out this year on the socket like 2533, I think. So Intel is actually going to up their game again on the enthusiast platform this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how those compete directly.
Yeah, but there's no way that they can re-engineer a line to just blow away.
Well, they already have core, architecture wise, they're AMD's comparing against Broadwell. So once you jump up the next generation, you're already going to have those clock advantages. Just the architecture already has an advantage, and now you're going to be core for core.
Yeah.
So once you have the equal amount of cores, your architecture is already superior, and you probably have higher clocks. Then we'll see where things land. The only thing is price, because Intel has kept the same pricing structure forever.
Yeah.
They have a $400 processor, a $650 processor, and a $1,000 processor.
Mhm.
And this year they added a $1,250 processor.
Yeah.
And those prices have not changed in a decade.
Mhm.
So that's the only
They've only
thing.
increased them.
Yeah. So that 1800X at $500 competing against $1,000 processors is really where this thing.
It's compelling.
Yeah, this is where this thing gets its teeth into it.
So the Nerds of the Roundtable recommendation: wait, see what happens in the long term. As BIOSes and motherboards mature, as they figure stuff out. See what happens when they come out with the R5 and R3 lines. See where they will wind up for overclocking and stuff like that.
Isn't R7?
R7's current.
R7's current.
I'm talking about
that's true.
i5,
Okay,
i3.
yeah.
Or, wow.
I was thinking R9 was current for some reason. That's because of the GPUs.
Yeah.
Fucking screwing with my head.
Yeah, I know. And fucking AMD.
Yeah, so R7, R5, R3, same thing as Intel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they got the fucking balls.
Oh, dude. Fucking teabag Intel. So I would definitely wait, see what happens. Don't buy anything at this point, Intel or AMD.
Well, if you're building the gaming build, I think you're safe with
Right.
KB Lake right now.
No.
7700K is not.
Well, that's the
gonna
thing.
be worse.
Is if you're looking at something that can perform to do multitasking processing,
Oh. Okay, beer. Oh, it's weird.
There's a napkin down there next to the camera.
Oh, it's weird.
Well, not for that, for the tablet here.
For what?
The tablet that you got beer on?
I get beer on tablet.
Yeah, there's beer everywhere.
What? I love this thing.
Yet you hurt its feelings
It's just little droplets. It's okay.
It is.
on a like a $3,000 keyboard.
Don't say that.
So
So your suggestion
my
is
suggestion
to wait
is,
for everything.
yeah, if you're looking at the 1800X going, oh wow, I could use that to do some editing and gaming and streaming. I wanted to do all these things because of all these cores.
I'd say jump on it, personally, for me.
I would wait and see what happens with the enthusiast level KB Lake stuff.
Yeah, well, that's the
And see
thing.
what happens.
Is that price is where it comes in, because then
Well,
you're
exactly.
on
Who knows
quad
where
channel
that price is gonna come
memory.
in.
You're on the new platforms. The motherboards can be more expensive.
Yep.
Like even I think like the Asus Hero 8, I think, is the X370 board.
Uh-huh.
It's only like a
270?
240, I think. I'm pretty sure it's not expensive. I mean, my board was like 400, I think, or 330, something like that.
For my
A lot more.
for my Z
270?
Z170
Oh,
motherboard,
yeah, 170, yeah.
I was looking at like a $600 motherboard.
Yeah, see, look at that shit. Like,
Well, it was a workstation grade.
still,
Super solid overclocking. Super
still,
solid.
that's the thing is the KB Lake E will come out. It will outperform Ryzen 100%.
Well, yeah.
There's no doubts in that, but
Seeing where
it's gonna
pricing lines
be-
up and
yeah, 380, 650, 1,000 and 1250 for processors. You'll have a new chipset, so you're going to be guaranteed new motherboards because it's a new socket.
Yeah.
So you'll look at, minimum 250 to 600 for that.
Yeah.
Quad channel memory instead of, dual channel memory, more expensive there. Like the price adds up.
Yeah.
My X99 build is at like, I don't have to say numbers, but it's too much compared to what I would do on a Ryzen build. And that is the big differentiator, is it's the performance at the price points for workstation class computers is the sweet spot. But gaming build, you can get KB Lake cheaper, equal features, better performance.
Yeah.
That is my summary.
Don't be scared of these prices. These are enthusiasts that are talking to you, not the average gamer, unfortunately.
I know.
I need to warn you of that. Every single time they bring up a $600 motherboard, most likely you will not be spending that on a entry-level PC.
Well, hold on. Speaking of too much, a couple days ago, AMD had another press conference where they were talking about their Naples. Their Naples series processors. Their server stuff.
Okay. So Asus X99 Deluxe, which is what I have, $400.
So the Naples, 2 sockets, 64 cores, 128 threads.
Don't think 64 cores.
I'm reading the slide from AMD right now.
What? 64 cores?
64 total cores.
32 cores, Naples. What?
Per processor.
Yeah,
times
per processor. No, it's 2 processors. I was saying, I'm like,
No,
64 cores.
I'm talking
That's
total.
bullshit.
I'm talking
Yeah.
total.
It's 2 processors, 32 cores per processor.
Yeah.
That is very different, Eric.
I know.
Please don't pretend.
64 lanes of I/O per processor.
Okay.
16 DIMMs per processor of RAM.
Okay.
How impressive is that so far?
Amazing.
Because what does that come out to on DDR4? What's the max memory? Total capacity, 512 gigabytes of RAM.
gigabytes? Can Intel go up to like 2 terabytes of RAM?
384.
I'm pretty sure I've seen a couple terabytes.
And it's got a higher clock on the memory, supposedly.
Really?
And twice as many PCIe lanes.
Yes, I'm looking on a Nantec right now at a recent press thing for Intel. It's 24 cores at 2.4 gigahertz for $9,000
I'd buy that.
for the Xeon E7
Oh, Xeon? So I'd actually be really interested to see where this guy lines up. Price-wise, performance, stuff like that, as as a server build. I think it'd be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably priced for workstations, so it's probably competing at Xeon, so it'll probably be pretty pricey.
Yeah, but I mean, my server now can support a Xeon that I'm looking at, but the more RAM I can get, the better. And if I can get more
Sure.
RAM in the same size case, yay me. Because the more RAM I have on FreeNAS, the better. Because it means I can put more in cache. Right now, I'm maxed out at 32 gigs of RAM.
So I'm looking at Intel E-series Xeons.
Yeah.
Per processor, 3 terabytes of RAM per. So 6 terabytes of RAM.
Wonder what that number was then.
That's on a processing board that supports up to 8 processors, actually. So it's kind of crazy. With only 32 PCIe lanes per processor.
So it'd be interesting to see where that winds up, especially in the long term.
Yeah, I think Naples will be a more realistically potential possibility for a server. It won't be a $9,000 processor that you buy 8 of them for one board. No. It'll be a potential to allow enthusiasts like us to actually have server grade quality of that many cores, do virtualization, do multiple desktops, do, multiple users. Oh, hey guy. Hey. Welcome back.
So
that's what's exciting for it. It'll bring realistic servers to people like us that aren't fucking insane running, we're not Facebook. We're not Google running these craziness.
So that's where we're at today on where AMD's at, and we've covered a lot, gone crazy. We've introduced you guys to Loren.
Yep.
Hopefully joining us more often.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. Have this type of comedy relief. We need it bad.
And that
we too serious.
And
bro.
that balance to bring us down from the clouds. I mean, that ridiculousness.
It's so easy to get up there though.
I know. The dreams are so strong.
I know.
Just so many opportunities.
And we spend so much time digging deep into stuff, it's hard to remember to come back.
I know.
Especially
when we hit that sync and it's just like it just clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, don't try and be like us. We crazy.
We're crazy.
So
fucking stupid. That's
questions, comments, concerns from the Peanut Gallery over here.
I'm the Peanut Gallery?
For right now.
Let's see.
If not,
you know what? Today I don't have any questions, but when we get into the audio, I will.
Oh yeah, we have so much to do. I got a couple decks we're gonna try out.
Oh, that is true. You got that shit, right?
Oh yeah, that good shit.
You got that shit.
Sounds like we're about to do some hardcore drugs.
Nope.
Really, it is. It's addictive.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, you get really used to it. You dive in.
But if I'm also going to do a review of the products too. That came in that we're going to try. Got a couple headphone amplifier DACs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
that is true.
Good stuff. We'll compare, contrast.
Yeah, you can have some good pictures, some good video of that stuff.
Oh yeah,
blow minds with that stuff.
I'm going to try to.
That's That's legit.
Try and take
shit.
some time, do some good B-roll. So,
Mhm.
if you guys have questions, join us next time on Nerds the Roundtable. You can reach us at nerdspodcast.tech. Support us on Patreon, patreon.com/nerdspodcast.
If I can help you guys before we go, Anderson Valley Blood Orange Ale, fucking weird. Super sour.
That was not where I thought he was taking this.
No, did you?
I
Do you
was
like
trying-
this?
I do.
Let's
You know what?
before we go. Let's talk about this. This is like a weird sour beer. I'm like, what is? It's like a soda, but it's not. I
It's
don't
more
know.
like a cider. And I thought you did this
Oh.
intentionally. It tastes just like a
That's
cider.
why you
is
like
it
it.
more cider? I don't know.
Yes.
I expected beer. And I'm
No.
like,
Nowhere
what
near
is
a
this
beer.
bite? That's like, what is
Right.
this?
Blood orange. What is that? Gose? Is that
Goose?
French? But there's
What-
not two
Yeah,
O's.
there's one. Oh, that's why I didn't. This entire time I haven't been saying it. It's blood orange, GOSE. I've been saying just blood orange ale. I've been skipping that word so I didn't say it out loud, so I
I
don't
know.
sound like an idiot.
That's fine. Make it an acronym.
Gose.
You're fine.
Just
Yeah.
ghost. Yeah, blood orange ghost orange ale. I mean, maybe this is a cider. I didn't expect it. It's just so weird.
So I'm
to
gonna make
me.
this clear. On the front is a bear with
Antlers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All their beer has that.
Oh,
That's
it
their
does?
that's their logo.
it is
Like
Oh,
Anderson Valley, this bear with antlers is like their mascot, basically.
If you don't want weird beer,
Well,
What do you
Drink
like?
Stone.
What do you like about this, though? Let's
It's a cider.
before we.
that's why he loves ciders.
I do, and it's not.
So
sweet.
Jacob would love this.
It smells weird.
I was surprised you got it too. When I tried it, I'm like, well, I haven't
It
seen
just
him take
says
a sip
orange
of it, but-
ale. Like,
good luck.
It says ale. Like it's orange. I've had blood orange beer before, and it was
You know what?
not this.
Eric, would you like to take a taste of it?
Sure.
If you like ciders whatsoever,
I don't know.
Pop that cap.
It's warm.
It's not
It's not
a
warm.
sweet cider.
I feel that this is
The thing.
not warm.
Most ciders have like a
Who would
sugary
feel-
taste to
Who
them.
would touch this and say that's warm? Please.
That's not that bad.
It is colder.
Okay, well, I guess they both dislike
Hold
it.
on.
based
Wait,
on
no,
their
no,
looks.
wait. Get like a
Um,
good chug. Get a good chug of this. I need a real
Alright.
chug. That's not a chug.
Okay, that second one was better.
Let it flow.
That-
No,
that doesn't-
you need a full
That is not beer. Like
It's not a
right.
beer. No. Does it taste like
I'm.
cider though?
You can
Yeah.
take
A little
the
bit,
rest of the 6-packs with you. I want no part of it. I'm
not
sorry.
going to complain
I
about it.
love the Boont Amber from Anderson Valley is incredibly good. You do good
Well-
there, Anderson Valley. But this one, I'm like, what the?
I'm also gonna say, This one?
Let's have some more sips. Hold on.
how much is in here?
On. Let's.
The fuck is Boonville, California?
Yeah, it's
Where is that?
12 ounces.
So just drink to get Eric. Just cheers real quick and just have some. Like, have a good chug of this and.
I'm just gonna have some
Fine.
of this honey milk tea. Sweet and delicious.
So
It's like a juice.
I'm-
It's like a sour juice.
I'm
Like
also
a
gonna
juice that
say-
went bad.
I'm also gonna say, this beer is twice as big and twice the alcohol content. So I'm basically drinking 4 of these and 1 of these. So I'm saving calories. So I'm negative calories for the day because I'm drinking Stone. Think about that.
Oh,
That's right. Science.
yeah. I hope you enjoy these in your personal time. You can take all of them.
So on that
I
note,
did not enjoy this. I regret this.
I'm not gonna
decision.
say I love it, but I was surprised you got it.
There's no indication this is a cider in any way, shape, or form.
this is going downhill. So we'll continue the griping offline.
Don't do it. Don't buy this.
Do it if you like cider.
Don't do it.
PSA from Nerds of the Roundtable.
Don't be a little bitch. Just
You can be a little bitch like me, and
no.
Hey, no, you at least had a brown.
I did.
You did.
Browns
Brown
are
was
delicious.
good.
I'm jealous of
Yeah.
that one after drinking this shit.
that transition was completely different.
Oh, it's
Oh,
like a
I
180.
can't
It's
imagine.
terrible.
Oh,
All right.
all right. Thanks, guys.
Join us next week
We love
on
you
Nerds
all.
of the Roundtable.